Hello and welcome to my channel, On the Hook Crochet, where we talk about wearable crochet style. And today let's find out what's been on the hook. I have one finished object and one whip that I want to show you that are related. If you notice from my thumbnail, I'm wearing a sweater and so is Crystal, and it's the same pattern. So I just wanted to show those to you today, and we'll talk about that in just a couple of minutes. If you tuned in last Thursday, might have been Friday, tuned in last Friday, the day after Epiphany, which was the 7th of January, I took you on a tour of my house, and if you haven't watched it, you should go back and look. It's kind of funny. I showed my Christmas tree and some other things in my home, and also the 3 paintings that I did a few years back of the 3 kings, and they're on my stairwell. And I noticed that when I went back to replay the video, they were crooked. They were like this. So you had to look at them like this. So I took a photo, I backed up, and I tried to get a shot of the 3 kings straight up and down, because when they're going up a stairwell, they're hard to photograph. So I backed up, and I'll put that picture on the screen with me right now. I wanted you to see those, and you can scroll out and see their little faces, and they're really quite large. They're about 3 by 2, maybe 4 by 2. They're kind of long, and we hung them so that they would be going up the stairwell. So I just wanted to show you that. Now, when I finished my diamond painting of the Virgin of the Lilies, and I've shown that several times. I think even last Thursday I showed some of that as well, and a photo of the finished diamond painting that I haven't finished yet, but what it will look like. I have a spot at the top of the stairwell, and I'll show you that whenever I get my diamond painting finished and framed. I will hang it up there, and then I will show you where I place it in my home. Now, I hate to spend time on diamond painting if I'm not going to hang the painting, so I've already hung 2, and I'm working on number 3, and there may be some others that I might put in a giveaway. I'm not really sure. I might just do them for fun. I might hang them up. Actually, I've hung up 4. Excuse me. I've hung up 3. 4, 5. I've hung up about 5 diamond paintings. There's one in my office of the 4 trees, and maybe in one video I'll just show you all the different ones I've had on my walls and that have on my walls, because I move them around a little bit just so I can look at them when I pass by, and then I'll put them at the top of the stairs or put them somewhere else in my home. So I wanted to show you that. I'll do that someday. I'll take you on a tour of my diamond paintings. But right now, let's do a couple of things. We've got a great giveaway today, and I want to talk about some new sweaters, because we are all about wearable crochet style. I have a couple of Christmas cards I want to show you very quickly. I know it's after Christmas, but I'm giving a shout out to everyone who sent me a card. And this is Patricia from Arizona. She sent the passage from the Bible, Luke, in the 2nd chapter about Jesus' birth. So very, very nice. Patricia, thank you, and thank you for your nice note inside. Also, Evelyn from Arkansas sent me this pretty picture here. This says, "May the simple joys of the season be yours." And that is a simple joy right there, a beautiful shot of a nature scene. So thank you, Evelyn from Arkansas. Thank you so much for all of your Christmas cards. I really enjoyed receiving them this year. When I would go to my post box, I noticed that I had 3 or 4 in there. I'm so excited, because I know they're from people who watch me on YouTube, and it's very rewarding, because doing YouTube videos is not easy, and we love for people to respond to us either in comments or both in comments, cards, whatever you want to send. Now, there's no need to send me yarn or anything like that, but a card is very, very lovely. So thank you so much for everyone who sent me a Christmas card this year. Moving right along, last week we announced the winner. I think it was on Friday. We announced the winner of the Floral Prism Throw, and this is a throw from Mary Maxim. It's a kit of yarn, beautiful prism yarn, and also some of her best value yarn, which I recommend that you try. It's a very soft yarn. I haven't crocheted with it yet. If I was really smart, I might order some and just try it out. So I might do that. But I wanted to let you know that Crystal Gott, who won this last Friday, has contacted me. So I'll be sending this out to Crystal tomorrow morning. I'll take that right to the post office and get that off in the mail to you. So Crystal, no pressure, but you feel free to let us know if you work on it, how it is, if it's easy or hard. If you find that you are crocheting on it and you want to let us know how it's going, just send me an email. I'm at jeannie@onthehookcrochet.com. So I look forward to hearing from you. I'm so glad that you won it, and congratulations. Let's talk about Wearable Crochet Style. That's why we're here. Everybody likes to see what we're wearing. So what we're wearing, and a lot of the YouTubers do this now, and I'm so glad, because you should model what you throw out there, whether you make it or you have a pattern or a tutorial. It's always good to put this on your YouTube video so people can see how it looks and how it behaves when you're wearing it, and it would inspire someone to make your garment. So that's what I always try to do in my videos. Now, this is a very dark sweater. This is made from Woolies, and the color is green heather. This forest green heather, excuse me, forest green heather. It's a beautiful yarn. It has a little bit of yellow in it. As I was making it, I kind of discovered that. It has a tiny bit of gold yellow. You might be able to pick that up. I think you can see it right there. It's a little bit of yellow in the yarn, along with the dark green. And when I made it up, it's a very, very dark sweater, but I love it. It's the color of my eyes. I love green anyway. I haven't made anything green in a while, so I'm glad that I did this. So this is Woolies, not Woolies Thick and Quick, but Woolies. You can get this pretty much anywhere. Lime Brand has not discontinued this, as they do a lot of their yarns. They're still carrying Woolies. I think it's a very popular yarn, and it's 80% acrylic, 20% wool, and it's a medium size 4, and on each ball are 197 yards. So this particular sweater that I'll show you here in just a second, it took about 1,000 yards, and I had 6 balls of this, and I have 1 left. So I used 4 and almost all of 5. So that's how much it took me to crochet this particular top-down sweater. Now, I will be publishing a pattern for this sweater, but I wanted to make it a couple more times, and the reason, I just want to be sure that the pattern is correct. I need to get some better photographs, and this one was really, really dark. It was hard to see what I was trying to point out in the pattern. So I've started another one, and I want to show you that here in just a second. But let me model this for you and show you how it turned out. All right, here is my top-down sweater. I'm calling this Evergreen, and because it is a deep, deep green color, and that's how maybe you can remember it. If you go to my Etsy shop, you'll see it there. It's deep green, long sleeve sweater. Now, I made the sweater kind of long, and I did that on purpose because I'm going to make different lengths of the sweater, and I'll give you a count of how many yards it took me to make these, and then when you go to make yours or buy the yarn, then you will know how much you need, because I'm making a medium. I'm right in the middle of small and large, so I'm making a medium size sweater, and this one has a lot of ease in it, and I'll tell you how I did that in the pattern, because there are ways that you can adjust the width of your sweater according to how wide you want it and how much ease you want it. Just like in my other patterns that I have published, those allow you to adjust the width and the length to your specifications, not to mine. And they're all flexible crochet. All of my patterns are flexible crochet. That means that they are not sized. There are no small, medium, and large sizes. All of my patterns use your measurements to make the sweater fit you and the way you want it to fit. Maybe more ease, less ease. That means extra fabric. Excuse me, I don't know if you know what ease is. If you don't, that's what that means. When you have a tight-fitting sweater and then you add fabric to make it a little bit looser, more comfortable, that's called ease. And they call it positive ease because it's bigger than your tight sweater measurement, you know, your tight measurement around your body. And then if you have a negative ease sweater, that might be because you have yarn that's very stretchy, and when you put it on and wear it for a while, it's going to stretch out, so you won't need any ease at all, or maybe even some negative ease. So you would subtract from that body measurement that I give you. But I rarely use a negative ease. I like to have sweaters that fit me and that are very, very comfortable. So this is that, a very comfortable sweater. I made the sleeves just long enough to go past my wrist. They're not down here on my fingers, but if you like that, you can certainly do that with this pattern. Also, these sleeves are, because of the positive ease in the sweater, they're very comfortable around the underarm. There's plenty of room here, but I've also decreased here on the sleeve so that it makes it easier for you to make a tighter fitting sleeve than a big bulky sleeve, but you are certainly able to do that. What I did with the edges too is I used a modified rib. It's not the kind that you crochet out into the air and then come back and hook it and then crochet out into the air. I'm not sure if you know what that means, but there are fancier ribs that have a little bit more stretch. But I wasn't looking for a lot of stretch here. I just wanted an edging to the sweater. And so I matched the sleeve edging to the bottom edging, and it's probably about maybe 2.5 inches in width, and so that added to the length of the sweater. The sweater was already long enough right here. That was long enough for me, and then I added ribbing to it, so it looks okay. I like it. I didn't make my second one this length though. I'm making it much shorter. So let's take a look at Crystal. She's going to model my second top-down sweater. Okay, here is my second top-down sweater. I love this sweater. Now, these are colors that were sent to me by Knit Crate. All of this is Knit Crate yarn, by the way. These colors, this is a worsted, and this is one of the colors in the top-down sweater. There were several. There was a, kind of a rust color. There was this grayish white, a dark deep brown, and then a light pink. So I used all those colors, and then I finished it off with the top color. So it would be symmetrical, and right here is where I broke for the sleeves. So this is the last row of the yoke. The last row of the yoke is the rust color. You can see that right there. And then when I joined underneath here for the body of the sweater, I made it smaller. I made the ease, which is right here. This is where you make your ease. Let me turn it. Right there is where you determine the amount of ease in your sweater. Not up here on your yoke, but down here on the body. And I'll explain all that in the pattern so you'll know what to do when you get to this point, because you can really make a mistake here. You can make a big mistake right here, and I did, and I had to frog out a lot of the sweater that I'm wearing. I had to frog it out quite a bit because I had not put enough ease into it, and so it was too tight. Also, this is a totally worsted sweater. This is worsted, and this is worsted. It's a size 4 yarn, and I made these with an L hook, which is very, very large. It's an 8mm. And let me show you that. In the clover, it's the pink hook. 8mm. Love this because it gives the sweater a lot of drape. See that? Look. See how it flows right there? You can see it right in here. It's not a stiff sweater at all, and neither is this one. It has a lot of drape in it. Now, one thing I wanted to show you was a sweater that I made a couple of weeks ago. It was the Sonnet sweater, S-O-N-N-E-T, the Sonnet sweater from Lion Brand. It was a kit, and the designer was the Make and Do crew, and all that's in the video, but it's a kind of a light gray sweater. I really liked it except for the baubles. There were baubles all along here, and I've noticed I've worn it 2 or 3 times, and the baubles fall in. So I'm going to have to go in there and fix those baubles so that they stay out, and they they stand out from the fabric, so you don't have this indention right here where a bauble may have fallen inside, and then it makes it look like you've made a mistake, and I don't really like the way that looks. I'm not a big bauble fan, and I won't be making any bauble sweaters, but I did make that one, and I do like it. I have worn it quite a bit, and I like the way it fits, and I didn't go by that pattern for this. This is my own design. I like it. I like the way you can adjust it very easily. There are no specialty stitches on here. What you can do to make this special, and see, this is all one color. You could make this sweater from a very beautiful yarn or a stripy yarn. You could do that. Or a speckled yarn, a hand-dyed yarn. A beautiful hand-dyed yarn would be pretty with this. It doesn't have to be a solid color. And if you make it from a solid color, you have a solid color sweater. There's nothing exciting about it, but you could wear a nice necklace with it, one of those big necklaces that hangs down right here, or you can wear a turtleneck under it to bring it up around your neck. You can do that. I did not do this. I did not model this today with a turtleneck. I would probably wear it with one because it's cold and my neck would be cold in this sweater. But as you can see, it comes down quite a bit in the back, and so it's not a warm sweater up here, but a lot of y'all would probably prefer that. I know a lot of women who don't like hot things around their neck because they stay warm. They run hot, as we say. They run hot. I don't run hot, so I probably need a turtleneck with this, but I wanted to show it to you. And the shape of the neck and the length of the neck down on your clavicle right here. So you want to make sure that your neck isn't too tall, your neck of your sweater isn't too tall, because it'll bother you around here. Just like the sweaters from the bottom up, the same story. You have to make sure that you're not making the neckline too tall so that it doesn't aggravate or irritate the skin on your neck. So I hope you like this one. I really like this. I think it's pretty. The reason I use these colors is because they were in my stash. I ordered extra of the basic and the body of the sweater. Oh, first of all, I haven't put the sleeves in this yet. I'll have those in by next Monday probably, and I will wear this sweater next Monday. Maybe Crystal will wear this one, I don't know. But I'm real excited about my top downs. I think they'll be fun to make, and wow, in the summer and the spring we can make some great sweaters with the top down pattern. So I will be working on that. Now this is Audine Wool's Harmony. That is the color of the sweater. That's the base of the sweater, and the color is called Jazz, J-A-Z-Z. They still have this on their website. It's very soft. I really love it. And then these other colors are Vitalana Ambient Worsted, and there's the tag that was on those. Ambient Worsted, and there were several colors here. Contrapposto, Impasto. I think these are like Italian dishes maybe. No, Italian words. Raphael and Sprezzatura. I'm not sure what all those are. I had to write the actual color on here so I know which one was which. And what I did was I balled these up, all these colors, and I laid them out on my desk, and I put them in all different arrangements so that I could decide what colors to put next to which colors. And then I decided to put 2 rows of the body of the sweater in between each color. I was going to put all the colors together, and I thought, nah, that's a little much. So I inserted rows of the basic color of the sweater in between, and then that color is up here at the very top to give the sweater some balance. You see what I mean? I'm balancing the brown with the brown, and then the colors are in between, and they're separated by the brown. So the sleeves will be brown. From right here, I will be crocheting the sleeves in brown. And we'll see how that looks next time I do a video, or next time you see me with the sweaters on. I will have this sweater on, and the sleeves will be in it. And hopefully by then I'll have a good solid pattern written, because it's not ready yet. I want to be sure that I've made this sweater at least twice, maybe more, before I publish the pattern for the top down sweater. Now on this one, I did not put as much ribbing at the bottom. It is actually a different kind of ribbing than what's at the bottom of this one. And I'll give you some options when you make this sweater. You can make it with this ribbing or that. And this is more of a crop length. See, it's not long. She's got a crop length on. I've got, let's see if I can get my shoulder up here where she is. See how much longer this one is. It's much longer. It's way down here. So these are going to be different sweaters, totally different sweaters. I want them to look different so that it can inspire you to do some different sweaters. You don't have to do just one sweater and quit and move on. You could make this several times and be creative with your colors. And you could even go somewhere like Joann and find one type of yarn, like Heartland yarn, and look at all the different colors, and you can maybe put 2 stripes in here or repeat 1 stripe all the way down the same color. That would be beautiful as well. So there are lots of things you can do with a top-down sweater as far as adding color to it. So I just wanted to bring these to you. I'm excited. I know y'all have wanted a top-down sweater pattern for ages, and I will make it very, very clear. I will make it plenty long, but it will have some photos in it to show you where to place stitch markers, and it's not a difficult pattern. In fact, the second one just flew by because I knew what I was doing and what I wanted to do when I was fitting the sweater. And so maybe on your first round you'll do it right because I'll tell you how to do that. I had to experiment, but I did a lot of frogging on this. I thought I was going to wear the yarn out in some spots, but I did get it done. So I will be publishing that pattern, I hope, in the next week or two, and I hope that you like it. Now, a lot of you asked me about the shimmery yarn. Love this yarn. And I didn't have a chance to make it up, but it is so, so soft. And this is what it looks like. It is a Lion brand product. They have discontinued this. Why am I surprised? It seems that every time I buy a yarn from Lion brand, they discontinue it. Now, they haven't discontinued the woolies, and I do like that because they have some beautiful colors in the woolies. So you may want to pick up some skeins of that, especially if you have a offer code, or if it's on sale, you can pick it up and it wouldn't cost very much. This is available. I found some of this on Amazon. I found it on Etsy, and I bought some more of this on Etsy this morning. I found Supernova, which is the color I really wanted. It's a brown and black, very, very beautiful color. And the colors, if you notice when you buy a yarn that is in a cake like this, if the colors are close to each other in intensity, then it won't look as stripy as if the colors are very, very light and then very, very dark, very, very light. You're going to have a lot of stripy look. But if the colors are closer in intensity, you can blend those in a sweater and they aren't so loud, if you know what I mean. And so when I went to look at the shimmery yarn, I found some on Etsy. The Supernova, I found it for $4.49 a cake. And this is usually $8 or $9. But there was a huge charge for shipping. So it ended up being $32 for 4 cakes. So it was about $8, the same price as I would have paid on Amazon. But they didn't have the color that I wanted. So I went out to Etsy and I bought it from someone on Etsy. And I do like to support Etsy shopkeepers because I've really been grateful to Etsy for allowing me to have such a great shop on there. The program is easy to work with. They do take quite a bit of money from me, but they are a place where you can go and find just about anything you want. Now, I've just noticed this is bulky 5. I thought this was worsted. In fact, on Amazon, it said this was worsted. This is not worsted. This is a bulky 5. This might be a good experiment for a top-down sweater because I haven't made a bulky yet. I've made 2 worsted size sweaters, and because I like worsted, it goes fast. And if you use a nice big crochet hook, like an L hook, you can give it a little bit of drape. If it's something you're going to wear a tank top under, or a turtleneck, or a light t-shirt or something like that, you can make it with a larger hook and give it a little more drape. I know that when my knitters write to me and they say, you know, knitting is just drapier because it's thin. It's not as thick as crochet work. Crochet work is almost double the width. If you look at the fabric of a crocheted sweater and the fabric of a knitted sweater, the crocheted sweater is about twice as wide as the knitted fabric. And that's why I'd like to learn to knit. I would love to do that. And maybe this year, who knows? I don't know. I may not even try. I don't know. I've got a whole box of knitting stuff over here in my stash. Yarn, knitting needles, circular needles, all kinds of things that I bought when I thought I might like to try to learn to knit. So maybe this year, I don't know. But I like working with the larger yarns, and shimmery is one of those. It's a 5 bulky. So when I put this on the giveaway for this week, I had a lot of people that wanted this shimmery yarn. It's really super nice, and it has a little bit of a bling in it. You can see that right there. It has a little bit of bling, so it gives a little bit of fanciness to your sweater or your cowl or your scarf or your shawl or whatever you're making out of it. So I have 4 skeins of this to be given away today, and we will select the winner here in just a second. The other gift that we have is a crochet magazine, and this is the last interweave crochet magazine ever in paper form. They have gone to the internet, decided that they want to place this magazine online, and I'm sorry, but love paper magazines. I do. I love paper magazines, especially crochet magazines. I don't really like, you know, some of the other ones that are out there, but the crochet magazines are useful because they have patterns inside. They have beautiful patterns. Some are not as good as others, and they're all designed by different designers. So you'll find that some designers are really good at what they do, and some are not. So it's a nice place to get great ideas for colors and for styles. I love this little sweater here. This is a summer sweater, and it's crocheted. It's very cute. I thought that was a great idea to use 3 different colors, and they just bring these colors up. They don't cut the colors, so you don't have a lot of ends to sew in. And then they have a really pretty afghan in here that is not like a granny afghan, but it is. It's made with squares, but the squares are a little bit unusual. I think they use a lot of spike stitches there. That's a really nice magazine right there, and I bought it because it's the last one, and I wanted to give this to a subscriber. So let's turn the camera to the computer and find out who wins the magazine and the shimmery yarn. Okay, here we are at the computer, and there's the URL from last Monday, and we want to filter duplicate users, and also we're filtering on a specific text, and that is the keyword right there, blue, and that's what I asked you to put in your comment. So let's find out how many people signed up for these 2 gifts, and that would be 308. All right, so let's go over here and find out who wins the shimmery yarn. This is the shimmery yarn winner right here. So let's go through and find out who that is, and that would be Donna Deisman. Donna Deisman. There's the word blue in her comment. Says, I'm going to be very blue if I do not win. Well, you've won, Donna Deisman, so congratulations to you. Now, let's scoot down here and pick the winner for the crochet magazine, the interweave magazine, and that would be Cindy R. And it says Blue Moon is a song, right? There's her word, blue. So, Cindy, you have won the crochet magazine from Interweave. Congratulations to both of you. Thank you so much. Now, be sure to send me your mailing address, and my email address is down in the description box, but it's Jeannie, Jeanne, at onthehookcrochet.com. So be sure to send me your mailing address if you're one of those 2 winners, and I will get that out in the mail to you right away. Now, let's look at the giveaway for next week. I do giveaways every Monday. I love to give things away, and I have a ton of yarn and things that I need to give away. So I'm digging back into my giveaway winners stash. Now, these are people who did not claim their gift. There are 2 people, and then I have one other thing that I want to give away this coming week, and this is a basket that I made. This is the crocheted basket, very pretty. I made this with several different kinds of yarn. They're washable, so you can wash it. I doubt you'll need to wash the basket unless you drop something in there that shouldn't be there. But I have my little tags on here. This is crochet. A friend gave me these, crocheted by Jeannie at On the Hook. Also the vegan leather tag, which is at the top. And if you turn it upside down, that's a little sheep logo. I don't know why these don't fit going this way, but whatever. I think I've showed this on a video earlier. Before Christmas, I was making these, and what I did was I made all 3 baskets for 3 friends that we were going to have dinner, all 3 of us together. So I made them all the same. I didn't want to make one purple one and one blue. I just made them all in an off-white color. Very pretty. They turned out great. And this is the first one that I made, and it's bigger than those. I made it quite a bit bigger, but you can put toilet paper in this. You can put yarn in this. It's a good size basket, and I'm giving this away. I have no use for it. I've already got several baskets over there in my stash, so I am giving this away to a winner next week. Now, I haven't decided on the keyword. Let me get to the other gifts first. Now, the second gift is one that has not been claimed, and I'm not going to say who won it because apparently they're not watching my videos, so let me get that for you right now. This is the King Cole Shine yarn that was not claimed, and I have 2 skeins of 2 different colors, 2 skeins of Rhapsody and 2 skeins of Poppies, which is a beautiful red and gray with a lot of bling in it. So I'm giving that away next week. Now, I also have part of a sweater that I made, and it was just, or I know this is a scarf. This is a scarf. I'm sure this is the Kimberly cow, I think is what this is. And what I'll do is I'll just leave this. This is what it looks like made up. It's really pretty. It would be a better use to use in a cowl or a scarf than in a sweater, but that's my opinion. You can certainly use it however you want, or you can mix these colors up and make them 2 different ones. And there's another, this is the other shade that is made up, and if you've been watching me a while, you'll know what this is. This is a square top-down sweater that I started, and you know, I could always continue this, but I'll know what I'm doing. I don't need that, so I will just leave that for the winter, and you can frog that out and you have all this yarn, or you can just continue on with it. Well, anyway, I will leave those intact, and you can do with what you want with the yarn. If you're interested in this, use the word shine, S-H-I-N-E, as your keyword, because not everybody wants this yarn. I think this is a size 3. It's a DK. Yes, it's a DK yarn, so not everybody loves DK. If you're not interested in it, just don't put the word shine in your comment. This is what we're going to do with the basket. I want you to write the word basket in your comment if you're interested in this basket. If you're not, don't write the word basket in your comment. So the keyword for the basket is basket. The keyword for this yarn is shine, S-H-I-N-E. Now if you want both, just put both words in your comment, basket and shine. If you don't want one, don't put that word in there. And then thirdly, I have another gift that was not claimed, and let me show you that one. This is 8 balls of ice yarn, Paris yarn, and it's a little bit of wool, 30% wool, 40% acrylic, 30% metallic Lorax, which is the bling in this beautiful yarn. This is it right here, like here, there, you can see it there. It's a very soft yarn from Ice Yarns. I love this yarn. It's beautiful, but I really don't have a use for it. I can't do anything with it right now, so I'm going to go ahead and give it away. And I started this particular pattern with it, the Crescent Moon pattern. Love this shawl. Let me get it back here. This is the Crescent Moon pattern, and what I'm giving away is the pattern. The shawl already started. I've already done this much on the shawl, so you have a great start. There's plenty of yarn to finish it, and then 8 balls, or 7 balls I guess now, of the ice yarn. So that will go to winner number 3 next week. And if you want that, let's see, we've got basket for the basket, shine for the yarn by King Cole, and then ice for this yarn. So use the word ice, I-C-E, if you are interested in this yarn. So we'll have 3 different winners next week, and of course this person will receive the pattern as well. So that'll go right out next week, and I will start over in my giveaways. So be sure to write one of those keywords, or all 3, or 2 out of 3, however you want to do it, and that will put you in the running for one of these beautiful gifts. Well, I'm going to leave that right there. Be sure to like this video. Just do it now before you click away, and that helps me a lot. Thank you so much for everybody who tunes in. For the new subscribers, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're here, and some of you have said this is my first video, and I'm excited. I hope you go back and watch a few old ones, or you can just wait till the new ones come out. I try to release a video every Monday and sometimes on Thursday, and I will be back later this week with a sponsored video. I have a special project bag that I want to show you. It is not mine, but it is a very useful project bag. So I'm going to release a video later on this week. It won't be very long, but it will introduce a beautiful little project bag that I think some of y'all might enjoy having. I will do that later in the week. I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope you have a wonderful weekend if I don't see you before that. But you will see me by next Monday. And next Monday, join me then to find out what's on the hook.